It's Friday Night Live with your host, Wolf Brother Mythos, and the Freak. And now for the car wreck of a show, the Frost and Fist.
We're live.
All right.
Sorta.
What is up, beautiful people? It's Wolf Brother Mythos.
And I'm Freak, and welcome to the show.
It's a show of sorts. Sorry we're late, guys. Some last minute work stuff came up, and we just had to handle that business real quick before we got started.
I love my job. I hate my job. I'm sure you can relate.
Yeah, absolutely. Commodore Ash, good to see you guys. Sorry
Hey,
about
guys.
that. Happy freaking Friday to you too, Kami.
Happy freaking Friday indeed.
Although, is it really Friday when you live on call?
Feels like a Monday. Oh, I don't need to hear myself. Shut up. Okay.
Speaking of which, our wonderful brother Oni, seems to be having a Monday kind of Friday too. So, you know,
Yeah,
must be something in the water tonight.
must be in the water. I'm drinking it now.
So, Freak was dancing again, wasn't he? Well, you know, it's an expensive hobby. We got to pay for the
Yeah,
hobby somehow.
you know, I almost threw my back out again. So I have to be careful with that kind of stuff. Too much work is a lot of work.
I like that. Too much work is a lot of work. I'm stealing that. Guys, I hope you are having a great kickoff to your weekend on this Friday night.
Maureen, my man. Brother, how the hell are you, man?
Man, I hope you're healing up well, man. I know that there's some stuff that's still got to be done for you, but
We're rooting for
Man,
you, bro.
absolutely. So, I've been away for a little over a week, guys. I had a great time, you know, at my grandmother's, helping her out, being her hands for the week. The Gamers with Coffee. What's up, Greg? Good to see you, my friend.
Ashley let you out? Holy crap, that's 2 weeks in a row, man.
Oh,
Hey, I
man.
want everybody to put their hands together for Greg and Ashley. Mainly Ashley because she let him out this time. That's appreciated.
I got to jump into Gamers with Coffee's live stream this past Sunday while I was at my grandmother's.
Yeah.
It was a good show. It's always a good show over at Gamers with Coffee. Of course, we have an open invitation to join them if we're ever about on a Sunday. Speaking of which, I forgot to tell you because we had some stuff going on before the show. We have been invited onto the Kaiser's show as well, but that's usually on a Tuesday when you're working. But I can double down on that. I'll be twice the personality. Break out the dance moves.
Oh,
I mean, I can't do them as well as you know.
Represent, man. Represent.
Yeah, every time I try and do that spin around the pole thing with just one knee, I always fall on my head, man. So.
You know who can do it the best though is Steve from Oni Studios, man. Man.
I don't know. Greg's got a mean spin.
I don't know though, Steve. But here's the thing: you have to fuel him. He needs refried beans, and he's good, man.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my
he's
god.
golden, man. It's like ammo for days, man. He'll go around that pole and won't stop. So.
Oh man. Ash says she's too tired of fighting this week. I know.
Greg, you have an advantage. Run.
I've been back on the show for like 5 minutes now, and we're already onto the gas jokes.
What?
But yeah, I got to. So I learned a lot more of my grandma's recipes this week because she didn't let a little thing like a busted hip and snapped wrist keep her from doing her daily devotions and stuff like that. You know, she helps run one of the local Buddhist temples in her area,
Nice.
and almost every day she gets up and cooks for the monks.
Nice. That's
And,
so cool, man.
And since she couldn't cook, I was her hands, so she just instructed me on everything. And even though I'd tell her to sit down and rest, you know, she'd hobble over and do the seasoning real quick, and then tell me what to do.
Did
The
monks like it? Yeah, that's big.
Yeah, actually, she said that the monks loved my food. So,
Dude, freaking awesome.
Yeah, that's so good to hear.
Yeah, you
And
deserve, definitely deserve it. Dude, so cool. So freaking cool.
That I'm really stoked about that. And I got to be a farmer mythos, because my grandma's almost her whole backyard is all edible plants and herbs from Thailand. So it's like, kapow, holy basil, Thai chilies, lemongrass, green onions. We just so many vegetables and herbs in her backyard.
Funny, you should say, I don't know if you knew that. Well, I never told you, but your brother's been actually kind of very behind the scenes, slowly and quietly learning on Thai culture. So
really?
Yes. So
that's awesome.
It's just a little here and there, especially when it comes to food, and and I learned, matter of fact, it means a lot when you get the acceptance of the Buddhist priest after you cook the meal, because it's got to be prepared the right way, and there's certain things that you can put in there and things that you cannot, because they're restricted on what they can eat.
Yep.
And yeah, I was like, this is so freaking cool.
Here's another thing I thought was interesting. So you can taste it to make sure the food is good, but as far as actually eating from the same dish, you have to separate what's going to the monks and what's going to your family. Because like, even if it's like, oh, I'm going to serve, I'm going to serve myself a bowl out of this pot or whatever. Once you've taken something for yourself out of the dish, you can't present it to the monks anymore.
Right.
It's something
completely
that
separate.
Right. It's something that has to be given completely. It's not. So the idea is that it's not supposed to be for leftovers or whatever.
Right. Yeah. Really cool.
And another thing I found interesting is because you always, envision a monk eating like, stuff that's good for you. But, it's apparently, so the rule of course is that they can't buy any food for themselves. It has to be something offered, right?
Right.
However, it can be almost anything. Did you know that?
No alcohol.
Well, yeah, no alcohol, but like, you can go to McDonald's and buy them a double quarter pounder, right? As long as you bought it and gave it to them, and you didn't like order a combo and snag the fries.
Right.
I just thought that was interesting. So it's just like, once every other week or whatever, my grandma will take them, after their morning devotions, because they can only eat one time, and it's got to be before noon. But sometimes after their morning devotions, she'll take them to get like, hamburger combos and stuff like that.
Nice.
And load them up. It's just I have trouble imagining, a bunch of Buddhist priests sitting around.
I've actually seen them. I've literally seen them there. Of course, with other people. They don't go there. You're right. They don't go by themselves.
Yeah.
Unless they're thugging, and they're like, hey, go something.
So yeah, just some really interesting stuff.
Just FYI, guys. I'm sorry. I'm kind of under the weather. Just sinuses more than anything. So might be a little dry. Might be a little kind of off. But I'm still here. We're gonna try to push for a show. In a way. So.
Also, with that, you can tell my brother's super sick tonight. He's pushing through, and he's more animated than he was a few minutes ago because he's trying to put on a good show for you guys. But with him feeling so under the weather, we're actually going to do a short show tonight, so that way he can go to bed and get some rest. He's going to medicate up. May you find your inner peace. Don't give me your wallet.
Stupid.
But yeah, we're gonna wrap up kind of quick tonight and do a short show so that way my brother can go get some rest. Brother Oni, my man, good to see you. Hope you're doing better than you were earlier. Anyways.
Hey, we were just talking about how good your flying spin is on the pole with after you eat your refried beans. Because he was just telling me how good I was. I was like, no, Steve's way better, way better. Sorry, I got into the nacho cheese pool and Freak was close by.
And on top of that, we were
Oh God.
we were talking about how Greg's got a pretty mean spin up on the dance bowl, but apparently your air propulsion tricks trump Greg's natural grace and spin.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't sick of one. He ain't sick. That's what Oni says. Oni says you fake it.
Shut up, Oni. Oh man. So how was your week, man?
I had a good week, man. And even though, like I said, obviously I missed, my fam and whatnot, being away from them for the length of time that, my immediate family,
Sure.
because it's school time. So, wife and girls were here at home because they got to do the school thing.
Right.
As they should, of course. Don't want to interrupt school. So I missed them, but I really enjoyed spending the time with my grandmother. And of course, guys, I'm proud of my Asian heritage, and I'm always happy to take the time and learn more about our culture, our cooking, that kind of thing.
Definitely.
I want to sleep tonight. I don't want to picture that.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, let's just go back to talking about Greg's natural grace on the pole and that elegant spin he can do.
Oh yeah.
One leg wrapped around the pole.
Oh my gosh, super graceful. Really is.
Lean back.
Super freaking graceful.
Arching his back. Oi there, Des.
The only problem though is sometimes you have that burnt hair smell. After going around a couple of loops. That's the only thing that kind of bothers me is that burnt skin and hair smell. Oh, that just doesn't settle too well with me.
Yeah, I remember the time that you tried to help him out a little bit by lubing the pole, so that way, there was no burnt hair smell. But
I tried.
That didn't go too well either.
No, it didn't. It got a little weird. Got a little awkward. But, we pulled it off. We pulled it off.
The graceful spin is a secret method handed down to me by other hobbyists over the years.
But yeah, no, we okay.
Daz, my man, how are you tonight? Burnt hair and lube the floors now open for Commodore.
Well, the lube is the nacho cheese because we really don't have a way of. We ask for peanut oil because not peanut oil. I'm sorry, sesame seed oil because that's typically. But they didn't have any, and so I think it was Steve actually thought of the bright idea of just bringing the buffet trays full of the nacho cheese and just kind of. I think he was going to eat it, but he fell, tripped, and it dumped all over the stage. And
that wasn't from the buffet trays. That's from when we invented nacho cheese wrestling instead of mud wrestling.
Oh, that's right. But was this supposed to be meat in that?
Okay, I'm done with this conversation.
Okay.
Oh man.
read the comments.
Don't ruin nachos for me. I think Freak's starting to ruin it for me. Speaking of weird and awkward, Kaiju's here.
Oh no. Let me tell you something about don't get Kaiju started, dude. He had me dying. Last week, man. Steve was like, wait, that wasn't meat?
Oh man.
I kept pressing the wrong buttons here. Oh my god. I'm trying to work at the same time I'm talking to you guys and I'm typing the wrong thing. Oh man. I hope I didn't type meat on the password field. Oh, God.
Anyways, so what you got for a pork chop? You got any hobby this week, my brother?
Oh, man. I unfortunately, just all I did was play a little bit of Phasmophobia with my brother. And I played Bigfoot with Steve and Nina Chick.
Very nice.
Not reading that.
Okay.
I'm not reading that.
Okay, so this
I'm not reading it.
gosh.
I'm doing
I feel like I'm already like, the old guy that has a story for everything.
Oh, here we go.
So this kind of reminds me of
It reminds me.
back when Cloud and I were roommates.
Another story with Cloud?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
I've had a lot of adventures with Cloud. By the way, awesome that he's hosting next weekend another Warhammer night. That's gonna be awesome.
Oh, I'm excited about it, man.
But yeah, so Cloud and I were roommates at the time, and this was before some of the members of our group liked coffee. So I used to, especially before we'd go out, as you know, the guys and I would gather at mine and Cloud's place, and then we'd go do stuff. And I had invented a coffee boosting drink. And this is like, when you're young and in your early 20s and everything's on a budget, I had invented a little coffee drink that the guys ended up liking, that I could make in big gallons, and we would just have gallons of it all the time hanging around the house, and we'd all chug down some what we called walk coffee at the time, and or kick up juice. Right. And we'd go do whatever we were going to do to hang out. Sometimes it would be Saber Club, sometimes it'd be mall trawling, sometimes it'd be go out and hitting on girls, different kinds of stuff.
Not nice hit on girls, too.
And anyways, so we had just moved into this new place together, and the new fridge, even though we had the landlord come out twice to check it, the landlord will always swear that the fridge is fine. I've checked everything. Your fridge is fine. It was not fine. Turns out it hadn't been working right since before we moved in. Sometimes it was cold. Sometimes you'd go in there and your milk was spoiled and your cheese was moldy. So this is how we found out about how bad that it was. Because at first we only called him out the first couple of times because we're like, I don't think this is getting as cold as it's supposed to be. But the landlord would swear up and down. He checked it. Everything's working exactly like it should. Yeah, you can put your food in there, no problem. So anyways, it was Texas outside, and this fridge is not working the way it's supposed to be, and we were extremely tired. We had one of our all-night gaming sessions, and we were supposed to get up early and go somewhere. I think it was Saber Club that day. And we were exhausted. I mean, like I could barely keep my eyes open. I don't know what my eyes look like, but Cloud's eyes were like completely bloodshot.
Oh, man.
I mean, that's what you do when you're like, extremely young. You live with your best friend, and you guys stay up all night playing video games. It's one of those kinds of situations. Yeah. And anyway, so I make the coffee. Cloud goes to get the milk. Okay. I do the sugar in both. We put the milk in both. And Cloud immediately stirs his up and just chugs it super fast. Doesn't even look. And I'm like, man, he must be tired. Man. And he's doing this, that lip smacking like something's off, And I'm starting to stir the milk into my coffee, and I notice there's no milk there. It's freaking cottage cheese.
Oh no!
Like, it's just the lumps are so big, and this. Was
it curdled. Oh
yeah.
no!
And this milk was still like a week before it was supposed to expire. It was just because the fridge was so warm.
Dude.
And I am looking, and I'm just like,
oh, that's horrifying.
I'm looking at this cottage cheese in my cup, and I'm like, what the hell? oh, the milk is spoiled. And Cloud looks into my cup and goes, oh, that's nasty. And he looks at his own cup and he stares. He stares. And then all of a sudden he's like confused. And then his eyes go kind of wide. And he goes, Mythos, where are my chunks? He drank almost a whole cup of rancid milk and not even noticed it because he was so tired. Mythos, where are my chunks?
Okay. Similar story, but with food. So, my wife was okay. We just had my oldest daughter was just a year old. Okay, and we went to this little Mexican restaurant. This was New Orleans, and you know, of course, every freaking time, right? And as soon as our food was, first of all, I'll let you know, my wife ordered the chicken salad. I ordered the chicken chimichanga. I love a good chicken chimichanga. Well, as soon as they bring out the food, daughter's like, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'm like looking at my wife. You gotta do. So she's all mad. And she's like, of course, every time. And she gets up, takes my daughter, and my chicken. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna let it get cold. So I just wolf it down. No, right? She finally comes back out after a while, you know, because my oldest daughter always takes forever. And my wife's like, she sits down, she sits my daughter down, and she sits down, and she's about to take a bite out of her chicken salad, right? It's chicken taco salad. And she's about to take a bite, and she smells it. She's like, what the? And she picks up the bowl, smells it, oh! And she goes, that chicken is rotten. Like, really? Oh, that's terrible. Here, smell it. I'm like, why do you always do this to me? So I grab it, smell it. Oh, yeah, that was pretty bad. And then she looked at me and then looked at my plate. And she goes, you ordered the chicken chimichanga. Like, yeah. You ate all of that. Yeah. Oh. Well, I guess I did. I was wondering, you know, it tastes kind of funny. Just, those are my words. It tastes a little funny. It's a little funny. That stuff was it. So we called the manager, and because my wife just wanted to send this back, and then she comes out, and she looks, she smells the chicken in her bowl, and she goes, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'll have them pitch the whole thing out, and I'm so sorry. I'm going to do something else." She goes, "No, it's okay. I'm not feeling too well." And then she looked at me. She was like, "Sir, are you okay?" I was like literally trying to ask him. Like, yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I ate mine. We're good. My wife wanted to throw up just with the idea that I ate that. I was so hungry. I didn't.
Good night, Ashley. Rest well, my friend.
I didn't even think about it, man. I wolfed that down so fast. It was so bad. So yeah, that's a running story right now with the fam that I ate rotten meat. I'm like, oh, give it to Freak. He'll eat anything. God.
It was a moment. It was a moment. At that moment, Freak felt the future repercussions reverberate to his past self.
Surprisingly, I did not get sick. I did not throw up. I did not have, Montezuma revenge. Nothing. I was surprised. I actually did really well. Oh.
Cloud licking at his lips. Now that's a damn good coffee. Oh man. All right. So, hobby stuff. We did have a damn good game of Phasmophobia. New updates that came out a month ago. Made the ghosts much harder.
Yeah.
And we played 4 rounds, and I died in 2 of them.
Oh man, I tell you what, that was kind of rough. Nina Chick played a little bit, but she was having problems with the connection, so she couldn't hang out too long. But yeah, man. And then of course, I think one of the funniest things is when for the Steve, Nina Chick, and myself, we played Bigfoot. Oh my God, that was. I'm serious. Every time we get together, it's like guarantee something stupid, crazy is going to happen. Okay, so we decided to play something different. So in the game, you have the option of playing, player versus, versus the Bigfoot, or one person can actually be Bigfoot and everybody else against him, right? So Steve says, I wanted to be Bigfoot. Like, okay. And so, he comes out and he starts trying to, beat the snot out of us. And here I am trying to shank him. And the whole time, first of all, somehow he was able to kill Nina Chick. And I'm chasing after him around with a knife. I'm so mad because he didn't even give us a chance to you were the last one standing because you were Bigfoot. And so yeah, the whole time I'm running around chasing him, hunting him down. Of course, he's a lot faster than you. And so, he goes on this cliff, and I'm watching for him, looking on the cliff, and he's looking down at me like, hey. Oh, man, dude. The whole thing was just so comical. But, yeah, he finally did kill me.
So, myself, I've done quite a bit of hobby for a week that I was, pretty much gone. Well, then it's been like 2 weeks since you guys have seen me. So I've magnetized almost my entire orc army. So they all fit nicely in these display cases or carrying cases, which is good because pretty much these two plus my vehicles, which I have a third container that's deeper, and these two will sit on top of nicely. And yeah, they're all magnetized up. Got a nice little carrying case to go with. I made some great progress on my beast Nagas. Check out on our channel. I've got a YouTube short displaying an nice up close of this guy, my smashing knob. And I was inspired by Tom's Tabletop Bunker, one of our Chilling Network brothers. And yeah, so I made added a little bit to my normal kind of forest floor basing. I added a little bit of swamp because you guys know I like water effects. And so, yeah, finished them up. Got some shading on the shoulder pad. Got my rusted metals. Even got a little bit of a as Freak might say, a crappy, burn effect on the muzzle of my gun there, I'm sorry. I shouldn't be making fun of you when you're not feeling well. I even really like the way the face on the squig came out. If you catch it at just the right angle, that yellow of the eyes really pops out.
I like it. I think it.
Thanks, man. I'm just harassing you. So I finished the squig. That's my first beast Naga done. I've got another, one of the Squig Hog Riders. It needs to be shaded because that white just needs some shading. But that one is about 90% done. I just need to do the shading, the basing, maybe a couple of touch-ups, and then that's it. So that'll be one of 3 riders done. I have taken the box of the Beast Nagas, and I have been batch painting like a fool. And I don't know if I just felt like, I didn't have enough going on at the time. But then I added one more War Boss and 5 Tinkbustas and a Spanna Boy, and added them to my batch painting. And so now I've got all of them. The green skins are down. The leather on their boots have been done, and the silver metallics have been put down.
Nice.
And so now I just need to go back and start, except for like 1 or 2 choppas that somehow I missed while I was batch painting. But that's something I do. Anytime I'm batch painting, I always find at least one guy like How did I miss this whole leg? How did I miss this whole weapon? Anyways, so yeah, these guys are ready for me to start weathering their weapons and stuff like that. But I mean, I feel pretty accomplished that I've got so much of the batch painting process done. So what I'm going to do when I come back, I'm going to weather all the metals, so that way that's consistent across all of them. And then, unfortunately, I mean, I say unfortunately, it's good for people who don't like having everything be the same. But for someone who likes uniformity, some of these guys have fur pelts, some of these guys have scaly reptile pelts, some of these guys have like a rough hide, like rhino hide or something like that. And so, it makes batch painting a little more interesting. So I've got to go do all the pelts and hides and stuff like that, and scales across them. And then I'm going to do the white Beast Naga shoulder pads on all of them. And then after that, that's going to be my last bit of batch painting. And then what I'll do is I'll just do the details on the individuals and start working through them. And I feel like once I have that much of the batch painting stuff done, those smaller details will be quick for me to work through. And then the last thing will be batch doing the bases. So
Very nice.
it's like, while it feels like I've just been not accomplishing a lot as far as getting stuff done, I feel like I'm going to have a lot of stuff ready to wrap up about the same time.
Very nice.
The other thing is that cavalry, and for me, bikes and cavalry take forever to paint because they offer a lot more detail. So this one guy took me like 2 or 3 days of painting, not continuously, but yeah.
It looks
And
really
so
good, man.
I appreciate that. So I've got his 2 brothers left to do. And I think one thing that makes it is like, not only is there a lot of detail, but you got to do the mount and the rider and the little goblin on back. So, so it just takes a little extra effort. So I feel like once I'm pushing to work through these because you guys know I love cavalry. So these are going in every list now. And then after that, I'll come back and do all of these. So closing in on a lot of things.
Nice.
Also, I went and, like I said, it's been a while since I've seen you guys, so I've gotten kind of a lot done as far as hobby stuff since the last time I saw you guys. So, of course, I wrapped up 6 Stormcasts since the last time I saw you guys. I finished the 3 Halberd guys and 3 Halberd guys and 3 Stormcast castigators with the crossbows. Used them in the game against Oni. That was fun times. Also, this was kind of interesting. So this big turret here, the mech gun, actually magnetizes pretty nicely in this box. I went back with the airbrush because I wasn't happy with the way I painted up the Smasher gun before. I just wanted more pop and OSL on it. And I feel like now the Smasher gun looks like something. Before, I tried to do the OSL effect by hand and didn't like the way it came out. So I went back with the airbrush, and now it looks right.
Mm-hmm.
Was it cheating that I went back and decided, you know what? I don't feel like trying to learn to do it by hand.
Nope, not cheating.
Yeah, so, and then, now that I finally fixed it and it looks exactly the way I want it, I also, because I keep this front nozzle removable, because I need some anti-tank in my list this week, have ready the other nozzle for the, there we go, custom Mega Cannon variant. Painted up that nozzle this week. Had to do a little pinning, but yeah, now I've got a little anti-tank to take to the take to the game tomorrow. So
Very nice.
So
1,200, right? 1,200 points, is that right?
1250 this week.
1,250, gotcha.
I missed because of traveling for work one week and then traveling and spending some time with my grandma this week. I missed my 750 and 1,000 point games.
Sure.
But they said it was no problem and that I could, just come back in and jump back in this week.
Nice.
And then lastly, the last thing is the kind of a rush one-day paint job. So this guy is an orc from Warhammer Underworlds. There we go. And so I was looking at the Commandos kit and the Orc with Breacher Ram. I like the idea of the Breacher Ram because it gives the Commandos that opportunity, like I've complained about so many times. Man, I wish you could put a second power weapon in a squad of 10 Orcs. Well, now you can with the Commandos because they have the Breacher Ram, but it looks more like a SWAT Breacher Ram, like, you know, just a ram you would hold and run into something. But it doesn't really look like it would be an effective melee weapon. So I did build something kind of to that point, and then I decided not to use it. I spent like a day doing conversions and stuff like that, and then I was like, I don't feel like using this. So here is one that I made from a combi shooter, you know, with that same idea. Right here is kind of where the handle would go for the Orc to hold and then, you know, smash into it. And then I was like, I don't really like the idea of just I want it to actually be a weapon, right? And so my idea for an Orc Breacher for my Commandos, I got this guy from Underworlds. I call him Tiny because he's thicker than my Commandos.
Tiny.
So I call him Tiny, and I like the idea that you just put a lot of armor on one of the Commandos with big, heavy metal clubs, and Rex, the name of my Orc war boss. If he needs a door knocked down, he just has Tiny run at it, you know, with all the extra armor on him.
Mumble like candy.
Boom. he juggernauts his way through doors. So that's my Breacher Ram.
Nice. It almost sounds like you're saying reach around.
Breacher Ram. I'm going to make sure to enunciate the R. Oh, man. It's when you look at what you eat. That's when you look at what you eat when you... I'm missing something. Read that one for me.
See, that's when... Look at what you eat when you can. You eat rotten meat, and your body goes, yeah, this is normal for us. I was hungry, man. I was starving. And if I remember right, I didn't eat lunch. And so, yeah, so that's why we decided to go dinner. And, oh, man. Yeah, I just wolfed that up, man. And then when I smelled it, it's like, ooh, that is nasty. Glad I didn't eat that. I'm like, she goes, Al, it was in your chimichanga. I'm like, oh, I guess I did eat that.
So I fixed up my printer and I'm printing a dragon for you, Mythos. Holy crap. Oh, I've always wanted to paint a dragon. Thank you so much, my brother. This one's no good. It says, "Wah! I quit my job and start my new job on Wednesday."
Congrats.
Awesome.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah, congrats. That ram would be effective with an Orc swinging it. You're right. I can imagine them not even holding it where the handholds go. They just pick it up like a big old baseball bat, swing it like a freaking tree trunk.
Yeah, I'll be back.
Tomorrow starts week 2 of the Blood Bowl League I'm in. My Zombie Marsh Tidy Whities are ready to keep the undefeated streak going. Nice. So your first game was good. Awesome. So are you actually playing tomorrow, or is that just the kickoff of your week? I am really, really, really excited to get my game in tomorrow, guys. I don't know if you guys are interested in what I'm bringing tomorrow, but I just finished my list 2 nights ago. I'd stopped by the store to make sure what bracket we're in, and spent a fair amount of time putting my list together. So, game scheduled tomorrow. Nice. As do I, good sir. First thing I'm taking is my War Boss Rex. And he's got his his attack squig. I'm taking Might is Right on him for the extra attack. And taking the Kill a Claw upgrade, of course. And I've switched his combi shooter out for a combi Scorcher, because the model I use is the one that Freak gave me for Christmas. He's got a big old axe over his shoulder, and that's it. And I like the idea that the Scorcher is actually him just breathing fire into his enemies. Is it the best idea? Probably not, because your Scorcher, often the range of a flamer kind of limits your targets, and if you flame the thing that you're supposed to be charging, can actually reduce, increase your charge range. But it just felt like it was thematic because he looks like he could breathe fire. My second HQ for my patrol not patrol. This is the heavy support detachment. I think that's Spearhead. I'm taking Makari as my second HQ because what I wanted was a pain boy to give Rex some feel no pains, but I didn't have an elite slot free, so I decided to go with Makari. Plus, he's cheap and cheerful at 55 points. He's got that 2-up invul save. I think he's going to be a great accompaniment to Rex. I'm, of course, taking one squad of 9 Beast Snagga boys plus the Snagga Knob. So one minimum squad of Beast Snagga boys. And then one squad of 9 regular Orc boys with Slugga and Chappa. And I'm taking, of course, a Power Claw in there. I always feel like I like taking the smaller groups. That way I can get in as many of those power weapons as possible. These regular Knobs and War Boss Rex are going to be riding in, and Makari are all going to be riding in a Bone Breaker, taking my party bus battle wagon, the Bone Breaker, out. And that's going to be presenting a threat on one side of my field. Next, I've got my Mega Knobs, who are going to be taking a truck going to the other side of the field. So they're going to be I'm going to have a good solid threat on 2 fronts. Plus, I'm going to have my Commandos that can pop up anywhere, good for popping up wherever I can put some pressure on the opponent. Plus, I've got my Breacher Ram and my Claw in there, so that way they can be a good melee threat too. Or they could even use their sneaking ability to take some midfield objectives, and use that extra cover save. I think all of that's good. I'm taking, of course, some Squig Hog boys. I love my cavalry. And with those Squig Hog boys, they come stat and standard. I am taking the Bomb Squig, though. And I'm also taking in for free the Knob on Smash a Squig. Now, I have paid 2 command points to beef up this Knob on Smash a Squig. Like he is a boss. So he's got a Warlord trait. Big Kill a Boss gives me 2 extra attacks when I'm attacking vehicles and stuff like that. And I'm also giving him the Head Wappas Kill Choppas. So he's going to be doing damage like a boss. Also, with my Commandos, I'm taking both a Distraction Grot, and I'm using my Chilling Wargamer Spud Viking Grot with his shield and axe out there like, come get me! He's going to be my Distraction Grot. And I'm taking a Bomb Squig with them too. So a couple of bombs, got some potential for mortal wounds to kick out there. I'm taking some Ludas for some long range threat, and a mech gun with the custom mega cannon. And that's my list, guys. I'm at 1248, and I'm hoping that's going to do me some good damage. Since I had some leftover points, I tossed a Laba and a couple big shooters on my Bone Breaker, and that's it, guys. So wish me luck. Welcome back, Freakaliciousness.
Thank you. I was just playing the Chili Wargamers theme song there.
Nice.
Oh, man. I had to get some Ricola on my throat. And...
Well, Freak,
You ready?
Yeah, I'd like to take the opportunity to talk about some Black Templars, since I've got a Son of Dorn here. What you think?
Well, I won't ever play Black Templars, not anytime soon. I've got a bunch of other ones that I want to play, but I think it's pretty cool. I'd have been happy if it would have been Imperial Fist supplemental, but yeah, rolling ones here. All right, let me see.
Well, it's nice to see them get, brought back as their own kind of faction, though.
Yeah, because before they were tagging off the Imperial Fist one.
Yeah, they were just a footnote at the end of the Imperial Fist Codex. Is Mythos about to break into a dance? I'm resetting my auto focus.
Seems like it, right? This is what he does on the show. He's just on autopilot right now, guys. He starts off with this little weird thing, and people are like, Margaret, what is he doing?
Have a great night, Greg, my man.
Good night, bud. All right, let me see if I can find this.
It's funny because I actually have the auto focus settings turned off for my camera, and it still does it a lot. But I think I only have it turned off in OBS actually, so I think that's why it still freaks out when I'm in Zoom and whatnot.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna go into just well, your whole yoga thing. You're like,
Ah,
yeah. There we are. Just in time.
all right. Black Templars. Man, so I kind of liked the Templars before just because of their aesthetic and their whole combat focus and whatnot. But like the more I learn about Sigismund and their origins in 30K,
Right.
I kind of like the Grey Knights. The more I learn about their origins in 30K, the more I end up liking them.
So apparently they've got a new codex supplement, which is actually pretty cool. Like we said, last time they kind of piggybacked on the Imperial Fists, which pretty cool. That only tells me, I'm hoping that they will have the separate Imperial Fist Codex supplement for them. So that I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that. That's a nice size book there. Sure,
Yeah.
probably half of it is artwork, and the rest are going to be the rules.
Oh yeah. So the supplements are usually like very, very thin on the rules, but they all are pretty key for playing your faction.
Oh, absolutely.
Like my White Scars book is literally like 2 characters as far as rules, and then a couple relics, stratagems.
Yeah.
But even though it's not a lot like in black and white on paper, the way it helps me play is so much more flavorful, and like it feels different than playing my other Space Marine army.
Right. So this kind of shows you the roadmap of who's getting a codex when, and
Yep.
yeah. So we ain't getting crap.
Well, to be fair, none of the vanilla chapters from the Space Marine Codex that haven't already had an 8th edition codex have gotten theirs yet. So I think.
So does that mean that we are still going to be using our 8th edition codex supplement?
Yes, for the moment. Anything that's not been like anything that's not already got its own rules for it.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Which gives you more value, a longer lasting out of the last Imperial Fist.
Yeah, I agree with that. So I'm down with that. Yeah, because I'm like, okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Thanks, GW.
In a way, I think it's better because, like, I felt sorry for Sisters of Battle players whose codex came out less than a year ago, or maybe I think it had just passed the 1-year anniversary for them.
Right.
And they already got their 9th edition codex out. So it's cool that they got early support, but at the same time, I can totally understand them feeling like, hey, we just got our codex.
Right. Yeah,
and
definitely.
like it wasn't even just that's a little bit of an update. It was like, hey, we're gonna rework some of your major way, some things work in your codex, so you really need the new one.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. I'm glad that they did that. So
give me Custodes, Chaos Space Marines, and an Angron model.
Nice.
I hear a lot of people that say, they hear on the inside 2022 is going to be the year Chaos. So
might as well be. Let's see. Yeah, very nice. I'm glad. No, I really am glad though that finally those who are doing Black Templars finally get their own spin-off. So pretty
Yeah,
cool.
I like the artwork.
Oh
The
yeah,
tabard, the axe and flamer pistol.
that's
I
not an
don't
axe. It's an ox.
An
Right,
ox. I
right.
don't think most normal Space Marines have access to the flamer pistol, right? I know the
No,
Angels do.
no, not typical. No, that's not typical.
So yeah, I mean that's kind of cool to get in their something not a lot of other guys get. I think a flamer pistol would actually be kind of neat. I
That's
don't
really
ever
interesting.
usually take a flamer for like my main weapon, but I would totally take it as a pistol.
Yeah, I mean auto hit, man. Hmm. Auto hit, baby.
Especially if you persist into the next combat phase, which of course Templars love to be in combat.
Right.
Imagine it gets to your shooting flame, you roll the flamer for the auto hits, and then you get to hit him again in combat. Or you hit him with the auto hits from the flamer, kill your opponent, and then she gets to charge someone else.
Kaiji says, flamers are for grilling the oxes. Right?
That's what they've been saying since 2018 for World Leaders models. Next year, something will come out. I mean, that's fair, but at the same time, it's hard to feel sorry for you guys because you guys have 2 Primarchs out. So,
Man.
sorry, I'm being sassy. I really do want them to get their codex though, so that way they can get 2 wounds. Because I do feel like when I'm playing against Chaos, it feels unfair for my Marines to have 2 wounds and their Marines to have 1 wound.
All right. Which is the other one you want to jump into? Because we got several here.
The Emperor's Champion model.
Okay.
Again, as a Primarchs, I have no need. They work in every Chaos list though. Someone who is a collector like yourself, I'm surprised that you haven't beefed up your collection with a Mortarion or a Magnus, because they can ally into any Chaos list. Angron or bust. That's fair. I understand.
Okay. Where did you send me
The Emperor's Champion one?
I don't see that. I say Living Miracle. Oh, that's it. Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
That's the one. Okay. Ah, yeah. Still in a Black Templar thingy.
Yeah. Just as another Son of Dorn thing, I thought I'd show you.
Very nice.
Dissid, have a great night, my man. Also have a great ride in the morning. What do you think of the new model, man? I've always loved the Emperor's Champion model with the sword posed in the air.
Yeah.
And it's been it's been Primarisized. It's been updated. It's
Ooh.
I've always liked the model, but it definitely looks cleaner now.
Yeah.
It's all
Yeah.
smooth.
It is gorgeous. That's a gorgeous freaking model, dude.
And honestly, I feel like it wouldn't be that hard to take off, that Templar iconography and use that as
Fisty fist.
guard. Yeah, an Imperial Fist.
Way ahead of you,
blade
man.
Captain. Yeah.
Way ahead of you. Although honestly, truth be told, I like just there's something very stoic about that pose, just the color scheme, the whole 9 yards, man.
Yeah.
Really, really good. Oh,
It really it just like Gandalf holding up the staff. I just imagine him holding up that sword to the enemy. You shall not pass.
yeah. That's so cool.
Emperor's judgment upon you.
Knows how or why every so often a Black Templar of any rank starts receiving visions from the God Emperor. And when the Lord of Mankind makes you that kind of offer, you can't just refuse it. Yeah, I mean, like, come on, bring it, baby.
You know what you could do?
Yeah.
Okay, just as an idea,
All right.
if someone were to give you a model like this, is paint them up in those colors and still use them with your Imperial fists,
Yeah.
because they're basically the same, Imperial Fists and
Yes.
Templars. And the reason I mention that is because, again, going back to the 30K lore, at first Sigismund was the only Black Templar amongst all his Imperial Fist brothers.
Right.
And so it was just him being the swordsman badass in black, because and I don't know if I've had this conversation with you of how the Templars came to be, but basically, the living saint, Sigismund met the living saint, and he believed in her, and through her believed in the emperor as
as a god
divinity.
emperor. Yeah.
And so, anyways, so she said that the emperor sent her a vision, and that if he went on a certain mission, that not only would he die, but his father would die, because he wouldn't be where he needed to be on the moment his father needed him, kind of deal. And so basically, to save Dorn's life, he disobeyed an order from Dorn and sent someone else on that mission. So Dorn had no problem with him if it was for a strategic reason, sending someone else on the mission. But when he asked him about it, he couldn't lie to his father.
Right.
And when he confessed to his father that he believed the saint, for having that belief in the emperor as a deity,
right,
Dorn cast him out and said, "You're no son of mine." And that's when the Templar, of course, because he had faith he shouldn't have had, and of course, the black armor to represent that he was no longer Dorn's son.
Right.
It was pretty cool.
Kind of a sad thing. Yeah, but I can understand. I mean, Dorn was, very steadfast. That there was no thing such thing as faith. That everything was scientifically driven. But,
and it's interesting, mostly because his father said so. So it was less about everything needs to have a scientific reason,
right?
But it was more because, hey, well, this is what we fight for. Our father said, "There's no religion," and here you are making a mother trucking religion.
Right.
Get out.
Yeah. Yeah. Dang it.
Papa VII is strict. Roxas, my brother, yo.
Hey, man. I really like this pose, dude. No, I would not change a thing from it. Honestly, that's a gorgeous model. I love it. I love just the look of it. I love the fact that it's who he is,
I agree.
So,
and I think he would go great in an Imperial Fist army. Again, just because I think I just love learning about, this in 30K.
So is he just a base champion? I mean, what is he? That's not Sigismund, so I mean.
So there are company champions in each army, but for the Black Templars, they have a specific unit entry for the Emperor's champion. So it's just like a better champion. It's one specific to the Black Templars.
I like this, dude. Gosh dang it, they don't have rules yet. Dang it! Why do you do this to me, JW?
Oh, them first.
You rip my heart right
First, they tempt you with the first post that says, "Hey, the Codex is coming out." And then they're like, "Hey, look at this model." And then later on, they'll tease one of the rules at you.
Yep. And then, "Hey, we're sold out." Dang it! No. I love this freaking
gateway drug. Warhammer community is really good about that.
Really
they'll take something that's been off my radar. I wasn't really going to pay it any, and part of it is that we do this for the show, is that we go through the news and stuff like that. But then, like, just the way they tease things at just the right time, that I'm just like, okay, now I'm hyped for this. He used to have awesome dueling rules, and he usually does. Actually, so all the champions are really good at dueling because they get bonuses for attacking other characters, but the Emperor's champion is supposed to be like an even bigger beat stick at it. And so the way everybody's been getting new upgraded rules for their special characters, I'm really excited to see how they're going to buff him in 9th edition.
I'd love to see it, man. Love it.
Maybe it's time for me to start a 19th close combat army. No, I shouldn't laugh because It might be true.
You sure as heck will do it. I mean, it won't take much coaching from you.
God,
I mean,
every
at
time
all.
I'm like, no, I really want to play this army different, guys. I'm going to start a shooting army.
Uh-huh.
My AdMech.
Uh-huh.
Hey guys, I just painted 20 close combat priests for my
Yeah.
AdMech.
Let me see. Where is
Man.
I'm trying to find that article that I wanted to talk about. Where is it? I know I have it here. It's the magazine, the subscription.
Right there, Warhammer Plus.
Okay. No, that's not it. No.
Oh, Imperium? That's
yes,
one.
yes, that is the one.
Sorry, I heard subscription. And I would immediately thought Warhammer Plus.
Yeah, no, it's definitely Imperium. Where are you, Imperium? Oh man, it's starting to...
Wait, I think that was it with the
Was it?
Ultramarine.
Oh, hold on. Let me go back. That guy. Yes, this is it. Okay. This is the coolest thing ever.
Yes.
This would be the most amazing thing
And
ever.
it's finally coming to the States.
No,
We gotta,
it's going to be a while.
well,
'Cause-
listen, we got to wait till February, but
yeah,
January,
but
February.
but I mean that this right now is just UK.
Yeah. I mean, still, we are getting it. It's just gonna be January or February.
Where does it say that? I didn't see that.
When I subscribed to this before,
Oh, when it okay. That's what it said. So here's the thing: if or when they truly commit to coming to the U.S. or bringing it to the U.S., then I'm so down. Because typically, right here, it just says, "Hey, Hatchet's working to get the magazine launched in other parts of the world, so keep your eye out for more news when it's available." So if and when they decide to bring it, I will subscribe to this because I like this. I think this is a fantastic way to get somebody into the hobby, or at least, continue to get, keep them in the hobby. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. You get a magazine, you get rules, you get these little, special miniature. Are you kidding me? That's exciting, man. I think that's freaking epic. I love that. But don't dangle the freaking carrot and tell me you're not going to bring it back here. I know they are.
January, February.
Yeah.
Hey, did I ever show you this?
Hold on.
I don't think I did. I always meant to, but
Can you put your pants back on? I think we should. And I'm glad we don't have this on the air right now.
I just finally figured out how to do the helicopter. Now you're telling me to put them back.
Well,
Fine.
I mean, we're not at the show. It's not that kind of show, Mythos. So let's just compose ourselves. There you go. All right. We're good. Okay, so let me put back the put us back on here. Bear with me. Chat. All right, now that you're decent. Oh, I keep forgetting to turn that off. Shh. Okay. All right. Go and tell. Ooh, what you got there, Homer?
It's issue.
Oh, Imperium, you freaking got it. Okay, that's the one that you
issue
order,
2
right?
And issue 1. Yep.
Oh, you got them both? So at what point did they say, hey, we're not going to give it anymore? Remember, they stopped.
As soon as I got these two, they're like, okay.
They did it for 2 months.
Yep.
And then they stopped.
This has been a trial run.
Right.
I think they were testing the waters with what interest is available here. There's no blade guard here.
Oh, geez. We lost him, y'all.
So anyways, so issue 1, it looks like I've got a blade guard. I think it's the blade guard lieutenant. Yeah, because he's got the pistol. It's not a bad starter set, man. So issue 1, I've got the Royal Warden, the Necron character, and the Primaris blade guard lieutenant. Who couldn't use an extra blade guard, man?
Yeah, man.
Some dice, and the bases, and of course the magazine, and I just got done because it poked a little hole at the bottom here. There's one of those little clear rulers like you get with Dark Imperium or whatever.
Nice.
And then this one comes with 1, 2, 3 of the new Necron Warriors, the brand new ones, with the bases, a paintbrush, and I think this is that new Necron color Tenoptic Alloy.
Very nice, man.
3 miniatures plus paintbrush. Let's say what paint this is. Oh, wait. Oh, no, it's Lead Belcher. Oh, Lead Belcher? I don't think it's Lead Belcher. This is something I have noticed watching other people's unboxing. Is sometimes the paint that they list on the back is not the same one that comes in the package, which is fine. You're still getting, discounted paint and whatnot.
Free paint.
But yeah, I mean, as far as a sample issue goes, these are pretty cool.
Nice.
I mean, like I said, a blade guard, awesome.
Yeah,
I'm
telling you, I think it's a great little subscription, man. I really was looking forward to it when I found out that they stopped. Like,
yeah. So I'm definitely, whenever they come back around in January or February, I will happy.
Yeah,
to subscribe.
Heck to the
So those of you who are in the UK, I hope you guys,
choke on it. I mean, no. Hope you enjoy it.
If you guys are
really
into
like
it, I hope you enjoy it. Oh man,
not bitter.
We're gonna let Papa Freak go to. I'm gonna start calling you like Doran. I'm gonna start calling you Papa VII. We're gonna let Papa VII go get some rest. He needs some meds. He needs his bed. And we all hope he gets to feeling better soon.
Honey, can you get my wheelchair? No, just give me the walker with the tennis balls on it.
Freak,
get off my lawn!
What are your closing thoughts for tonight?
Well, closer to the grave now. Thank you. Oh, between you and Oni, y'all gonna bury me. I'm telling you, y'all. Hey, straight up. When I can't do it no more, y'all gonna have to change my diaper, dang it. So I'm just telling you. Oh.
We're just gonna be calling each other. Oni, it's your time to
Your
change.
turn. No, I did it last week. Oh man, I can't do that. He's doing it on purpose. He keeps taking it off and running out in the yard again.
Oh God.
It
just reminds me of that episode of Supernatural. What are you guys doing in here? Buddy!
Yeah, Steve says, not it. Oh my God. Well, I think we're kind of talking about this. Actually, there's some circulation going around. People talking about, how, and this is probably a good topic for another show. And perhaps we will, but how GW may or may not be scaring fans away or pushing them away with doing the whole IP grab thing, but it is a business and so on, and so that'd probably be a good topic to run into. But they are doing the business. They are trying to grab the consumer's attention. I'm hoping that with all these really cool things that they don't overstep. You know what I mean? I like the new stuff. I like the new toys. I'm hoping though that they'll do a better job with availability. Because I know that's a major issue. And again, I say it because of Imperium. They were like, yeah, we're gonna start doing this, and then yeah, we're not gonna do it anymore. Like, oh, okay, all right, inconsistent. That's fine. New box sets. Yes, we're gonna put a bunch of boxes out. Okay, you go and get one. Oh, we're sold out. Wait a minute, we just opened. Again. But I'm not gonna get on my stump right now. I like the new models. I really do like this this champion. That is just a gorgeous model. Gosh, I would not change his colors. I wouldn't do anything different than what I see already. I really like the pose, and I like for what he stands for. Who knows? I may wind up, collect and start playing the holier version of my Imperial Fist. You know what I mean? So just something to think about. But you know me. Once I commit to something, I'm in.
Committed. Speaking of which, hopefully soon you'll get. Freak and I have some Vanguard coming in, Space Marine Vanguard, and I think mine are going to be probably going to my Ultras because I feel like I have plenty for my Space Wolves now, and I feel like they don't really fit the play style of my White Scars. So I think these will probably go into my Ultras, and Freak will be able to split them up amongst his Space Wolves and Imperial Fists or Templars, however he wants to.
Yeah.
There's some cool stuff coming in.
I need to finish my Eradicators, and
those Eradicators.
I really got to find out what's going on with me because this whole week
so lethargic.
Yeah.
Just out of energy.
Which is and I do feel like this head cold thingy, whatever. It's a lot of allergies. I've been taking my temperature and all that. So I've been fine. Just the block is just really tired. So we'll try to get some rest and see. Make sure that.
Yeah, I'm assuming you're worried because it's like a similar drain feeling to when you had the plague.
Yeah. When I had the vid, but when. Yeah, and that hit me hard and fast, by the way. I started with a fever right away. This one, I've got no fever, so I'm treating it just, as simplistic as a regular, either hay fever or, because it is this time of year. So,
sure.
Of course, with the allergies and all that. My daughter's going through the same thing, so, so we're just going to, but the main thing is to try to let my body rest, so I'm going to go down some more, like last night I did it and it actually helped me through the day. I took 2 melatonin. So each melatonin is 12 milligrams, and so total 24 milligrams of melatonin and a Dos Equis. And I was like, where's the ghost? Where? Oh, Methil died. Lily, Methil died.
I did notice on that last game, you run into the wall a few times. Just Freak this way, right?
Oh, okay. There's a wall. I'm going wrong place. Me go round. Your closing thoughts, my man.
My closing thoughts. Like you said, I'm excited about Imperium. I hope Imperium comes out. And jokes aside, I don't really have any use for Templars at the moment because.
Good. I mean.
Oh my god. Because I have 2 Space Marine close combat armies already. And so if I do another one, like my Ultras, I want to do something different this time. And even my Space Wolves and White Scars, they're both close combat, but they play differently,
Right.
So I want to do something different. I don't actually have a use for another close combat Space Marine army. But yeah, so I love the models though, and I love the theme. And this is my problem. I'm about 44 books into Horus Heresy right now, and the more I learn and listen about all these chapters and get more in depth with them, the more I like them. I was listening to all the Knights Errant stuff with the different Garo mini stories, and I'm like, oh man, I love Grey Knights now, and now I'm listening to Crimson King.
Right.
And of course, again, we're right back, got more Grey Knight stuff there, and I'm like, oh, Grey Knight's cool because one of the Grey Knights features on the good guy side heavily in this, and of course more Space Wolves, and I'm like, oh man, they're so awesome. And of course, one of the most hilarious things is it also features, because this is after Russ broke Magnus's back and almost killed him. Apparently that act not only shattered his body, but it shattered his soul into fragments. And so you have most of Magnus out on this planet where he teleported all his sons to, as their refuge. But it's only most of Magnus. And what ends up happening is you have this supremely powerful mage who's got Alzheimer's and he's very senile, and so it's hilarious. Senile Magnus, I've decided, is the best thing in the entire Horus Heresy so far. Because like his equerry, Amon, comes to talk to him multiple times throughout the story. And he's like, Jimmy, is that you? No, sir, it's Amon. Amon? What are you doing here? I sent for Jimmy. Sir, Jimmy's been dead for 43 years. What? How could that be? Jimmy's my equerry. No, sir, I'm your equerry. Jimmy is dead. God. I just talked to him this morning. No, you didn't, sir. And then what's funny is because he'll have these moments of clarity and he'll be back to being like the all-powerful Crimson King, talking wisdom and making plans. But then sometimes he'll start a plan as the wise Magnus the Red. And then like halfway through it, he'll revert back to being senile again. Like at one point, they call the warp, by the way. They don't believe that the warp is all bad stuff. They just think of it as, it's the spirit world. It's what they call the great ocean. Sure, there are spirits and energies out there, but they're not all bad. You can swim in it like an ocean. There are predators in the ocean, but there's also good things in the ocean. Life is in the ocean,
Right, justification.
And so, they often will spirit travel through the spirit world, the warp, heedless of whatever spirits are out there. And at one point, he's like, we need to build something out there in the great ocean. Come with me. And he takes Amon's hand and he's like, let's leave our bodies together and fly the great ocean. Because I want to show you something. We have to go build this great work that I call the Order. It'll be amazing. And they're flying through all of this warp energy. And they describe these monstrous predators of demons out in the warp that are just waiting to take bites out of your soul. But because Magnus is so powerful, his aura is so bright, like all the predators kind of like swim out of his way. It's kind of like they'll hang kind of at the edge of Magnus's light, but not get too close because they respect his power. Halfway to wherever it is that he's taking him, he starts calling him, I'm using the name Jimmy because I remember what the Thousand Sons name is. He starts talking about Jimmy again. You remember when Jimmy blah, blah, blah? And then he starts calling him Jimmy. And he's like, Jimmy? No, sir, it's Amon again. It's me, your equerry. Remember we talked about this?
Oh my God.
He goes, Amon, why are you here? What about Jimmy? What about so-and-so? What about who's that? Sir, those sons of yours, they died on Prospero. What? Why would they die on Prospero? Sir, well, the wolves came to the planet and destroyed our planet. They're like, what? Oh my God, you are lying? Why would you say such lies? And oh my God, it's all true, isn't it? Oh my God, it's all true. And he has like a meltdown. He does a flash, and this flash of light and knowledge wipes out all the defenses Amon has, strips his armor bare, and like all the mental shields and stuff he's got, strips him of all his protection and leaves him powerless. And then all of a sudden Magnus teleports away and it's gone.
Ouch.
And he realizes he's in this great ocean surrounded by spirits and demons that want to eat his soul. And he's just like, thanks, Dad. And he's just like scrambling to get back to his body. He finds him decades later out on an island somewhere in the great ocean. And then he's find that his father built the thing that they were supposed to build that he needed his help for all by himself. And he's like, "What are you doing here?" You told me I came to get you. You said that you need my help with this. What? Why would I tell you that? You would have never survived. Yeah, I did it myself. He's just, there's so many times where he's just like completely just like gone, you know? And then he'll have moments again. He's like, no, I came here for a reason. I had this great thing we need to do. And you're like, oh, okay, he's back. And then like 2 minutes later, he's, you know, back to being, you know, like, where's Jimmy? Like, oh God. It's hilarious. It's, I think now one of my, why Prospero? That's a casino player. Exactly. So I am loving, and I'm sure, you know, this story with what we know about the game and 40K now, how there's Demon Magnus, I'm sure the story will take him from being the silly, senile Primarch to being the great, big, powerful demon Primarch. But I like this one. This is the Magnus I want to remember forever.
This is Papa Magnus, huh?
Papa Magnus. So, best story. Anyways, yeah. So you asked me what my closing thoughts were. That was it. That's just too long. Didn't read. Yeah. So I've been listening to a lot of Horus Heresy books, and they're making me excited for like every army available. And the more I read, the more I want new armies, which I shouldn't do. But I'm excited about Orcs right now, as you guys know. I'm excited. Oh, I got to check out the new Kill Team models in the store the other day. The manager had just built them up, and the new Krieg models and new Orc models look cool too. So, like I said, I'm excited for all kinds of stuff. I think it's a great time to be in the game. If you guys like tonight's episode, then first of all, let's all wish Freak well and hope he gets better soon. His body has had a rough time of it this year with everything he's been through this year. Also, if you like tonight's show, please make sure that you grab up an ox and smash that like button in the name of the Emperor. Drop us some comments down below. If you are watching from the archive, feel free to be part of any of these ridiculous conversations. And if you guys are not yet subscribed to any of our Chilling Network brothers down below, or if you're not subscribed to these two ridiculous guys, then Freak and I would love to have you as part of the pack here on the Frost and Fist. So subscribe. Until next time, guys. Stay
Thanks,
frosty.
guys.